This is Love Marlene 411. And shout out to all of you. Today is for us. And my win is your win. My success is your success. So let's start with the channel song.
I spent a lifetime hiding in the grave with a heavy heart and nothing left to say. Battling shadows, walking in the rhythm of a life I didn't choose. From the silent cries in the darkest nights to the moments I almost gave up the fight, I was lost in the echoes of a hollow sound, searching for a solid piece of ground. But I'm love Marlene, and I'm standing tall. I'm living proof that you can survive it all. From the 411 to the depths of my soul, I'm taking back the pieces, making them whole. It's a journey of healing, a path to the light, of breaking every curse and winning the fight. From my heart to yours, let the healing start. We're making peace with the past and broken parts. It's more than just a story, it's a brand new lens, seeing where the trauma stops and where the light begins. Breaking generational chains, link by link, learning how to feel, learning how to think. Guarding my spirit, my mind, and my peace. Watching the anxiety and the tension release. I found a self-love that was always meant to be. A gift from God now living in me. No more worthlessness, no more shame. I'm calling out the joy and I'm calling it by name. I am conscious of the seeds we sow. Watch how the garden starts to grow. But I'm love Marlene, 411, and I'm standing tall. I'm living proof that you can survive it all. From the 411 to the depths of my soul, I'm taking back the pieces, making them whole. It's a journey of healing, a path to the light, breaking every curse and winning the fight. From my heart to yours, let the healing start. We're making peace with the past and broken parts. Spread the love, spread the light, live your best life. Hold on tight. I'm love Marlene, for Marlene. The journey has just begun.
Okay, guys. Shout out to the loved ones. Hey, everybody. We did it. I can't say I did it. All I can say is you guys did it. You guys are the stars. You guys are the ones that makes this channel successful. All I ever do is show up, but you guys come through and you guys have subscribed to my channel. And I am grateful. I am so grateful for every single one of you loved ones. I really am. Thank you so much always for the gifts. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you everybody who supports me and supports this channel. And today I want to talk about celebrating. And this channel, when it first started off, I'm going to tell you guys about the story and everything, how everything came together for this channel. Remember, this channel used to be a reviews channel. I used to do so much reviews over here, and I was getting pretty good views. But I wanted to shift the direction because I felt like it was time to have conversations about healing from trauma and negativity and relationships. And we really don't hear people on social media talking about their story. And I'm so grateful. I can't tell you guys how grateful that I am for so many reasons. Thank you always. I really appreciate you. She says, Mara, I'm so very proud of you. And there's so many things that I just want to say to you guys. And one of them is my number one point: celebrate every win. This is not just for those big things where things have come to a success thing, but celebrate every time you overcome something. This does not have to be something other people understand, but nobody knows what we each are going through. You guys don't know what I have gone through in my life, okay? So I just want to say this to every single person who is here. I don't know what you've been through, but I want to share a little bit of my story as to the reason why this channel is becoming successful. Number one, I have been through a lot of trauma in my life. Um, Hi, Meat Hopkins. How are you doing? Thank you so much for sending the gift. So, I want to tell you guys the reason why this channel, I believe, has become successful. Number one, it's because I'm real. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed to say I have been abused in many different ways. I'm not ashamed of that. That is a part of my story. Nobody can shame me for it because I have faced it. I have looked at myself in the mirror. And if you guys have been seeing my shorts that I've been putting out, I've been doing lots of videos on looking at your own reflection, having those conversations, walking through it, stepping through that fear, that being scared, that those times where you allowed yourself to be vulnerable to talk about things. Now, on this channel, I've talked about the eating disorder. I've talked about the verbal abuse. I've talked about me and my co-host Miss Nexie. We've talked about all forms of ABUSC. Hey, Delvin, how are you doing? I've talked about all of those things. Everybody has their own form or multiple forms of abuse. And I think that it's time to lift that shame attached to being, essayed, being DV'd, being um, cheated on, being abused financially, being verbally abused, being whatever form of abuse, being bullied. We talk about all of those things on here, and I believe so. What is that? First grade, from the time I was in kindergarten, 6 years old, until no, that's first grade. First grade, 6 years old until probably this very day. I've been bullied the majority of my life. And the reason why I share bullying stories, relationship issues, family issues, disrespect, all that stuff, I talk about it because if you don't stand up, and for me, if I don't share my story, I don't know who needs to hear it. I always have said when I get through on the other side, I want to pull somebody up. I want to tell somebody who is where I was or has just passed through it that it may not be easy right now. You may feel like giving up. You may want to throw in the towel, but the moment that you don't, when you're trying your best, that's a win that needs to be celebrated. So I celebrate every single one of you. It's no problem always. No problem. I appreciate you coming through. Delvin says abuse is not good on no level. I fight against it. Yeah, and that's one of the things that this is a celebration of life. And I know people talk about celebration of life being when someone has passed away, but I believe in celebrating every moment when you have overcome things of the mind, when you've been verbally and mentally abused. when you've been sexually, when you've been financially abused. And look at the pen that I picked up today. You see what it says on that pen? Never give up. Never give up. I don't know who needs to hear this message today, but I'm telling you to never give up. Never give up when it seems like there's so much reasons why you should give up. Have any of you, are you feeling that way right now? Have you just gone through that tunnel? Or do you feel like you got people in your life that are against you? I've been through that so many times. Talking about me, bullying me, not supporting me, those backhanded compliments that come from relatives. It comes from people you're in a romantic relationship with. It comes from social media. It comes from the job. And it seems like everything is bombarding you. But let me tell you guys something. No matter how much people try, you're still a winner. Hmm. And it's not until sometimes until you get over that hump, until you pass that trial, until you say one day, how did I get through that? How did I overcome that trial? How did I how And sometimes I really don't know how I got through things. I'm being honest with you. Those times when I was going through that eating disorder, when I was going through the verbal abuse, when I was going through the people bringing me down, bullying me, not feeling accepted. It's so many forms of loveless relationships. You know, People gaslighting you, manipulating you, taking advantage of you, bullying you. It happens in all relationships. But guess what, loved ones? We're still here. You're still here. And I'm so proud of every single one of us. We didn't give up. You didn't give up. This is not just a celebration for me. And I know people will look at this live stream, come and say, oh, 1700, what is that? That's stupid. But you know what, guys? Nobody knows what Marlene, what I went through to get to that. Maybe some of you get things easy. Sometimes things come easy to one, so they don't understand why another person is celebrating. You guys don't know what I have endured you know and I'm going to tell you two things that I have endured in the past 2.5 years since I have changed the channel from that reviews channel to what it is now. I have gone through ending a romantic relationship. I've gone through ending a few toxic relationships. And notice I said relatives and not family. I have ended a lot of toxicity in the past 2.5 years since I started that channel because I have reprogrammed my mind. I've reprogrammed. I'm not allowing people to puppet me anymore. I'm not letting people take advantage of me anymore. And that is worth celebrating. You're worth celebrating. I'm worth celebrating. So, all you ladies out there, all you gentlemen out there, if you have gone through a storm or you're in the storm right now, listen to me when I tell you. I know that it's not easy. I know that there are many days that you want to give up. I know that there are many days where you hear people talking about you or not supporting you, or you may be struggling financially, or you may be dealing with the pain that you feel right here in your heart. It's hard. And there's a lot of times where you just want to say, what's the point? I should just give up. But don't let the outside, don't let the negativity on the outside, don't let people who are the haters, those people who judge you. And it doesn't matter how fast you progress. But what counts, loved ones, is that we do. That's what counts. That's what I want this message to be about today. It's about that I won. It's not about other people. Who cares what they think about you? Who cares if somebody says, that's stupid? Why are they celebrating? You celebrate every time you need to. Do you hear me? So, to all you content creators out there, if you just got your first 50, your first 100, maybe it's 15, it could be 20, or it could be somebody who just left a toxic relationship like I passed through in the past 2 years. And I'm so proud of myself. But you know what, guys? This wasn't just me. I was built up on the backs, on the strength, on the courage of people who were my friends, and they didn't even know they were friending me. Hey, sometimes I would just be at the in the right space at the right time to hear, don't give up. At the right time to say, keep going. So I'm saying the same thing to every single one of you. You know, when I started doing my content creation over here, I had a lot of relatives like, oh, social media, YouTube, that's stupid. You're wasting your time. It will never be successful, you know? And I started to ingest that. And when you ingest too much toxicity, it will get you down. Because you know what I started doing? Looking at people who started at the same time as me. Oh, look where they are. Look at their numbers, but you can't get into other people's numbers because their journey, their struggle, it's not yours. It's not mine. So everything that when you continue, when you move forward, when you pivot, when you give yourself the permission to heal, you celebrate that. I'm proud of every single time I showed up. I made those videos. It may have had 5 views on it, but I kept showing up. I may have had 100 views on a live, but I kept showing up because for me, it's not about how much views I got. It wasn't how much likes I got. It wasn't how much. It was the message, giving people hope. I can't tell you guys when I was in that deep depression, in that darkness, in that leaving toxicity, stepping out into the unknown and not knowing what's going to be next is hard. But I didn't give up, and I don't want you guys to give up either. I hope that this channel is a channel for stories being told. My stories, maybe it could be my co-host Miss Nexie, it could be other guests that I plan on bringing on in the future. But it's very important for me to share openly, honestly. Yes. Thank you so much always for the sparkles. Hey Nat, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, every single day, Nat. Every single day. Hey Tasha, how are you doing? So, that's one of the things about life, everybody. We all have something going on. For some people, it's some health problems. Other people, it's some mental health issues. For others, it could be finances. For yet others, it could be a combination of so many factors. But whatever it is that it seems to be obstacles, it seems to be situations, it seems to be people that want to poke holes in your dreams, that want to tell you to give up. I'm here fighting for all of us. That's why I call every single one of you my loved ones, because I know what it's like to not get love from the people who are right around you. And we all know about that word love, right? Relatives say it. In a romantic relationship, they say it. But do they mean it? Are they following through? Are they showing up for you? Are they giving you what you need? So that's the healing that has been taking place in my life, as my channel song so appropriately mentions. This channel is a journey of healing. And I want you all to go on that journey with me. Journey to heal, journey to grow, journey to say, you know what? I'm going to break this generational brokenness. It ends with me, you know? And I've talked to you guys about this so many times, but I grew up in a very dysfunctional family. And I won't say that they didn't love me, but they didn't know how to communicate in a healthy way. For them, communication meant making demands. That it was a dictatorship. You did what I told you to, and if you don't, then that means you don't love me. There was a lot of gaslighting and manipulation, and and a lot of their fears and insecurities being projected onto me. But you cannot let yourself stay in that space. And that is the reason why I wanted to do this channel. And that's the reason why it's Love Marlene 411, because I want to talk about healthy love, having a relationship with yourself, a friendship with yourself, knowing what is toxic, what is dysfunctional, knowing the people who are those red flags, those people who are narcissists, those people who only are in your life to get something from you. They're takers, they're leeches. See, and we're leaving behind all of that, and we're taking on that shield of self-love, that I have hope, that I don't have to stay. I don't have to settle. I don't have to be around negativity. All I have to do is be myself. Yeah. Hmm. Thank you so much always. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Nat. Yes. Have a good night, Nat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you for all of the jewels. Always, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And we have Sirius in the house. Happy Wednesday, Sirius, and happy Wednesday, chat. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for the gift, Sirius. I really appreciate it. Yes, all is well over here. All is well. So, my next point. Now, let's talk about the next celebration. The next celebration, I'm going to talk about is celebrate every milestone. Now, I don't know who I'm talking to. You know, on social media, people may not understand your certain battles. For some people, they have just overcome being homeless. Maybe a person has found the confidence and the courage to say, no, no, you will not use me. No, you will not disrespect me. No, I'm going to set boundaries and I'm going to stand on it. So I applaud you. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. I congratulate you because it takes courage. It takes self love. It takes knowing your worth. And I know what it's like to feel worthless, to be around people that all they do is step on you, step on your neck, step on your back, stab you in the back, break your heart over and over and over again. And you keep having that expectation that one day they're going to change, and they don't, and they won't, and they don't want to. So, my celebration is that I showed up, that I had those hard conversations, some of those conversations, because my avatar was off. You guys didn't see the tears streaming down my face when I talked about some very uncomfortable conversations. Guys just don't know. Some days I would have a live scheduled and I would literally be having a meltdown, you know, because for the rest of my life, I'm always going to grieve. For the rest of my life, I'm going to grieve my mother. I'm going to grieve my father. I'm going to grieve my brother. I'm going to grieve my auntie. I'm going to grieve people that I love that are no longer here. But you guys don't know that. but I don't like to bring you guys down with that energy. But I congratulate myself that I pushed through anyways, and that I try my best to always bring you guys up. Because when I speak positive things, you guys receive positive things. You know, just like I always say that there is power in the tongue. There's power. There is so much power in the tongue. The tongue can heal, it can soothe, it can motivate, it can inspire. You can find support, you can find compassion, because there's not a lot of people who want to have these conversations and say, I was a BUSED. Not a lot of people want to do that. They don't have enough courage. They don't have enough drive. They don't have enough fight. They're too busy hiding. They're too busy lying to themselves. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was a very angry person, very, very jealous. I was. But I'm still a work in progress. I'm not perfect, and you guys aren't either. But wherever you have been, one thing that I know for sure is that you're better today than you were when I first met you. And you know how I know that? Because every time you show up, every time you're putting things in the chat that I went to the gym, I started therapy, I got rid of that toxic friendship or romantic relationship, and we're healing. You know, one thing that I will say over and over again on this channel, I give myself the permission to heal. I give myself the permission to let go of anything that is not serving me. I give myself permission. You have to also give yourself permission that I don't have to stay where I'm not healing. I don't have to stay where I'm not growing. I don't have to stay where I'm not supported, where I'm not encouraged. So let them go, release them. And I'm telling you, when you let them go and you trust that things will be better, it's hard. It is so hard to let go of toxicity because that's your comfort zone. And if you have been like me and all you've seen is toxicity, people staying in these DV situations, people staying in these romantic relationships, they're always arguing. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing? Tasha says, that's what I always say. I'm a work in progress. Yes, you are. You're a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress, but it's a little more involved than saying I can do better. It's wanting to do better. It's saying that no. It's standing on it. It's what does that love for yourself do? Does your self love give you that strength to say, I'm not staying here anymore? You know, I'm not growing in this relationship. Anthony, I'm doing amazing. How are you doing? I'm just giving myself the permission to grow. See, I want this channel to be more about personal growth and development. You know, so many channels, they are always, I wouldn't say lying, but I would say fake. A lot of social media is fake. And I'm not a person, I can't fake it. My face will say it every time when I'm upset or sad. I can't. I can't pretend if I'm upset about something. It always shows on my face. Or if I don't like something, it shows on my face. So that's how I think that we should be. Don't lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself things will change or make excuses for people. You have to get outside of the comfort zone. And one of the best things that I ever did was in my life was put myself in therapy. The second best thing that I did is I took myself back. I took myself back. And I took myself back and say, now it's time to nurture me. Is there anybody out here who needs some nurturing? Anybody here who needs some compassion? See, so often we give compassion to the one you're in a relationship. You give compassion to your kids, to your relatives, to people at your job. You give, you give, you give, you give, you give, you give to your friends, you give to this person, you give, you're giving. All you're doing is giving out to everybody. But are you giving back to yourself that love? Are you giving to yourself? Hey, it's time to pause. It's time to reset. So, anytime you loved ones need to hear this, come back to this live. I give myself the permission to let go of the toxic people, to block them. I give myself the permission to elevate my mindset, to empower my mind. I deserve to grow in my mentality. Yeah, maybe many of us, we were always like letting people use us. We're falling for the, oh, I'm sorry, I'll change, I'll do better, I love you so much. No, love is an action word. What does that love do for me? If that love isn't supporting you, if that love is making you cry, making you angry, making you feel lonely and vulnerable, gullible, making you feel worthless, if they're always putting you down, if they never think about you, mm, that's not love. Thank you so much, Delvin. Tasha says her face tells on her all the time. Yes, exactly. So many. It's time for us to stop being that fake, that phony, that whatever. No, just be yourself. You know when it's time to let people go. You know when it's time to block people. You know when relationships aren't serving you. So I want you to celebrate that milestone. Is there anybody here who is celebrating a milestone with me? Have you blocked somebody? Have you walked away from toxicity? Have you stood up for yourself? Have you worked on your confidence? Are you walking around now saying, I love myself and I'm worthy and I'm deserving and there's nothing that I can't do? Yeah, we're growing. That means you're experiencing personal growth. That means that you are empowering yourself, empowering your mind. You're worth it. See, it's a lot of times we feel that we're unworthy. We feel like we're not worth it. And you know why? We feel we're not worth it because we're around people who do not see their own worth. And if you associate yourself with those people, you're going to be grouped in that same category, in that low space, low mindset, low thinking. They're never elevating. They're not never getting anything. They stay the same. No, just average, ordinary. And we want more than that. We want to grow. We want to be focused. We want to use our gifts and not always letting people pull and take. And my question for you, loved ones, is an honest one. You don't have to answer it in the chat, but I want you to be thinking about this. When is the last time someone did something for you without asking? I want you to think about that. You know that there's no strings attached. There was no they you have to pay them back. There was no that they did this and they had to go and blow a trumpet and say, "Oh, I gave you this or that." No, they just did it out of the goodness of their heart. See, find you some people who are like that. Find you some people who will do things for you without announcing it, playing that trumpet. Oh, guess what I did for Sirius? Guess what I did for Always? Guess what I did for Natalie? Guess what I did for Delvin? No, that's not necessary. First Lady says you have to do an internal and an external audit. If you keep allowing yourself to dummy down to someone that's toxic, you will find yourself in a dangerous position to heal. You won't even be allowed to heal, because I found that when you're surrounded by so many toxic individuals, this person does something and you're crying. This person does something and you're angry. This person does something and you're depleted financially because you keep giving them your money. You keep feeding into this storyline. They're going to change because you don't want to leave that romantic relationship. You don't want to leave that friendship. You feel that's what family does. But we're family. That's my family. No. Family are individuals that pour into you, and you don't have to be related to people to find your family. I learned that. I learned that going through therapy. I found people who have become my grandma, my sister, my brother, my uncle, my cousin, just loved me with, I can't give anything to them. All I can do is give them my love back. All I can do is be a supporter of them. And that's the kind of love that we each deserve. Siri says that is where some people want to stay, in that low vibrational mindset. That right there. Some people, they don't want to change. They love the drama. They love the negativity. They love the complaining. And I can't lie to you guys, years before I went to therapy, that was me, because it's not easy to go and talk to a stranger and tell them your story and cry about it and be angry and relive, and re-trigger yourself into thinking about some of those things. But once you start talking about it, you realize that sometimes we blame ourselves and some things were not our fault. Sometimes there were some things that we allowed, and then you learn, why did I allow that? Because I didn't think I deserved better, because I didn't believe in myself, because I didn't love myself, because I didn't think I was worth it. But then when you pivot, when you shift, when you upgrade, when you elevate, when you vibrate higher, this is when your healing begins. When you say, not only do I deserve better, I deserve the best, because I am enough and I am powerful. I am strong. I am a talented individual. And when you start shifting that thinking, that settling stuff goes out of the window. It goes out. Yes, Delvin, you heal one day at a time, step by step. Sarah says, my friend just had given me flowers and a gift card spontaneously. I was grateful. That's sweet. I love those type of things when someone just gives you a gift, and that gift of their time, especially if somebody is going through something and they just show up and say, I'm just here to support you. Or people who listen to you on a phone call, or people who just do a nice, kind deed with, they're not trying to get anything back. They're not trying to tell the whole world. They just do it just because they care about you. I love that. I love that for you, and I love that for me. Now, the next point, number 3, celebrate every time. Listen, celebrate every time you did want to give up and you didn't. Were there some times in this past week, this past month, this past year you wanted to give up? I know sometimes we can be our own worst critic. I can be my own worst critic. I can tell you're tired, so you should just go lay down. Don't take that business call. You know, you don't put up that video. It gets low views. You can talk yourself out of a success. Hi, Jenny. How are you? You can talk yourself out of winning. You can talk yourself out of so many things, but don't. See, what you guys don't know is that there's so many times where I have a topic, is something that I'm going through, or one of my friends, or some story that I read somewhere, and I get inspired to talk about something, and I never know who needs to hear it. I never know who needs to hear the message. I never know who is going through something similar, or they know somebody who is going through it and it helps them. See, that's why I do this channel. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I'm so proud of you, and I clap for you. And I hope that you're clapping for yourself every time you get up, every time that you eat healthier, every time that you move past, you push forward, you get out of that comfort zone, maybe you go for that walk, you take that business meeting, you use your gifts, you don't settle, you don't compete, you're not comparing, and you let things go. And that was one of the things that I have been doing recently. Is what is the saying? You don't compare, you don't compete where you don't compare. So all I can ever do is be Marlene. I'm not one of those um, loud persons. I'm a pretty calm person, except when I get upset, just like everybody else. But I think I'm a pretty calm person. I'm a person that I love to give inspiration, but I also had to learn to inspire my own self. I had to give myself that nudge, that push, keep going and keep trying. Oh, I'm doing great, Jenny. Oh, you just woke up from a peaceful nap. That's awesome. I hope you're feeling refreshed now. So, number 4. This is a big one. And there's a song, and I think it's an AI artist, and the song is Celebrate Me. And that is my number 4 point. Celebrate you, whatever that means for you. See, lately I've been celebrating that I'm alive another day. Like, it doesn't have to be nothing special, that I woke up today, that I love myself, that I'm my own friend, that I can just be me. I'm celebrating that. I don't need a special day on a calendar. I don't need a holiday. I don't need to have people around me. I don't need a friend. I don't need to be this person. I don't need to be that person. I just need me. I need my friendship. I've been celebrating myself. I've been speaking over my life and telling myself how amazing I am and how proud I am of myself. And, I carry this motivational torch very seriously. It's a heavy weight sometimes, to share my life, share my stories, talk about certain topics that can be heavy, such as ABUSC, and it's hard. But I celebrate my strength. I celebrate your strength. I celebrate your courage. See, is there anybody here that you have become victorious? I know I can say I'm victorious. Every day I wake up, I say I'm victorious. Every day I wake up, I say I'm courageous. Every single day I wake up and I'm bold, because it takes boldness to not let other people get you down. Whatever people say about you, people don't like how you look. They don't like how you dress. They don't like what you stand for. They don't like that they can play games with you. They don't like that they can't fool you. They don't like that whatever. They don't like it. You know? You're bald. Okay. Now you can go. So that's the thing that I want to say to all of you. Celebrate yourself. Don't let other people drag you down. Okay? Don't let other people drag you down. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. You know your story. And that's when you should be saying, more of this. I'm proud of myself, And I'm going to say it to every single person who is here. Serious, you're bold. Tasha, you're bold. Jenny, you're bold. Always. You're bold. You're strong. You're victorious. You're capable. You're enough. You're loved. Okay? Hey, Emma, how are you? Thank you so much. You know, I, Emma, you came in at the right time. Emma, you're bold. You're enough. Whatever obstacle that you have overcome, see, sometimes people will look at you. Some people will look at you and they say, they're doing pretty good. But they don't know. They don't know behind closed doors. They don't know the times you shed those tears. They don't know the times where you want to give up. They don't know about those times where you got some stuff going on. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you're grieving. Maybe you're in this season of you just don't know what's going to come next. But I celebrate every single one of you. I celebrate you. And if nobody has told you recently, I'm going to say it to every single one of you. Don't give up. Don't give up. Not now and not ever. Okay? Now we're on the fifth and the last point. Okay? I'm celebrating more than a number. So, yes, that this live was titled Celebrating 1700 Subscribers, but I know that it's more than the number. See, yeah, I've I have received 200 more subscribers. I have. And I'm very grateful. But it's more than that. I'm celebrating success. I'm celebrating my wins. I'm celebrating your wins. Celebrating your boldness, your victory. You stepping outside of your comfort zone, you giving yourself the permission to heal, you saying, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for when I was holding things against myself. I forgive myself when I didn't let myself do whatever I need to. I forgive myself. And I love myself. I give myself the permission to move forward and to not stay in the anger, not stay in the brokenness. Especially, I know so many of us on this channel has been through some things that probably could have broke you. You could have stayed in that dark space. You could have thrown in the towel. You probably were the ones that people talked about. Maybe people talk about you in your family. They talk about you on the job. They talk about you in your neighborhood. They talk about you on social media. Some people want to be you. You know, there's many forms of hatred. And there's a lot of people. Thank you so much, Miss Emma. I really appreciate it. Um, there are so many people. There are so many people that they look at you and they want to be you. And it can be very confusing. Sometimes people are jealous of you, and that's the reason why they may be bullying you. Or they're jealous of you, so they try to steal your ideas. Or they're jealous of you because they want your life. Maybe they want the things that you have, maybe materially. Maybe they want to look the way you look. Maybe they want your peace of mind. You never really know why people do what they do, why people treat us the way they treat us. But you know what's important is the way you treat yourself. So I'm celebrating every single one of us today, and I'm clapping for you. And I have to say, I'm so proud of all you loved ones for not giving up. So, whatever obstacles that you have faced from when we first started this channel, Love Marlene 411, I believe it was 2 years ago, I changed the name. And I was thinking before about changing the name, but my spirit said not to. My spirit said this is the perfect name because this channel is about love, a healing journey, forgiveness, talking about ABUSC. Yeah. Let's see what I missed here. Sierra says, thank you, Marlene. I'm telling you, don't give up. Thank you so much. Jenny says, congratulations, Marlene. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you. See, I don't know what each of you have won. I don't know what you are celebrating. Maybe it's deliverance from a negative mindset. Maybe you're celebrating moving forward. Maybe you're celebrating a healthy journey with taking care of yourself with fitness. Maybe you're celebrating financial wins. Maybe you're celebrating just being yourself. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are, we can all learn to love ourselves better. We all can learn. We can all learn to love ourselves better. We can all learn to set boundaries. We can all learn to say no more and to do things for ourselves. And no, it's not selfish. It means we love ourselves. It means that we have been through some things so we don't let people take advantage of us. We're not doormats. We're not fools. So when you see those people doing things, you see it coming. They're coming in your, oh, they're going to lie right to you. You're going to lie right to my face, huh? You're going to gaslight me. Mm-hmm. You're going to do whatever it is, but you see them coming. See what used to get you before. Now you know the tricks. Now you know the schemes. Now you know all of that. And you're a different person. You're stronger. And I want you guys to say that in chat. I'm stronger. I'm healthier. I'm happier. My peace is abundant. I know my worth. See, when you're going through the storm, it does not feel like that storm will ever end. Are any of you going through some sort of storm financially, physically? Got some health problems? Is any of you going through something in your romantic relationship? Are you going through something with friends? Are you going through some things with your relatives? Yeah, that can cause us a lot of stress and anxiety. But if it goes to the point where you're being used, you're being taken advantage of, you're being used. They're walking over you. They're talking to you crazy. People start abandoning you, ghosting you, talking about you in front of your face, behind your back. This is when you have to draw the line. I don't care who it is. It could be your mama. It could be your cousin. It could be your sibling. It could be your romantic relationship. Hey Metro, how are you doing? Welcome in. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. It doesn't matter what it is that you have been through, but it's all about we're over on the other side, and that's what I wanted to say to you guys today. I'm celebrating more than a number. Yeah, 1700 is awesome. I'm grateful, but I know that it's more than the number that I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating the wins of all of my loved ones here. Whatever you're doing in the background, continue. Continue to set boundaries. Continue to spend time with self care. Be self aware. If you're tired, get yourself rest or go to your doctor. Find out how you're really doing. Make sure you're taking your vacations. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Don't let whoever in your life, and I mean whoever, take advantage of you and use you. You deserve better. See, we're not doing the generational brokenness of not talking about things, of feeling embarrassed or ashamed or thinking because this is my family, because this is my husband or my wife, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my friend. No, the people who are closest to you are usually the people who hurt you the most. Yeah. Yep. You may not have a choice but to stay in the house, Tasha, but you can always make a choice for your mindset towards it and and start reading positive material, encouraging yourself, loving on yourself, reading positive affirmations, getting your own healing. It can take place with you. Everything is about the mindset, shifting your mindset. And that's something to celebrate. And I just want to tell you guys, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I gave myself the permission to not be that angry woman. I'm not angry anymore. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm hopeful. I'm not hopeless. See, I want to talk to you guys about something for a minute. I spent so many years of my life crying, crying. I cried about everything. I cried about uh, why don't people love me. Used to cry about why don't people accept me. I used to cry, why do people bully me. I used to cry, why don't people support me. Used to cry all the time. And it's because I had a very sensitive heart. um, I love people so much, but just because people are around you, that doesn't mean they support you. They can tell you they love you, but really, they love to use you. They love to take advantage of you. And when you identify that, those are the people that you stay away from. Yes, Metro, you got to shift your mindset and you will achieve. And I have to tell you guys that I started to achieve more and more so when I stopped comparing, stopped competing, let myself forgive, let myself heal, and start doing some things for me, you know? Putting myself into different rooms. Like I give myself the permission to step outside of the box and not just say, "Who am I?" and say, "Yes, I am her. I am that girl." Or you are that guy. You're phenomenal. You're amazing. Why can't you look great? Why can't you look amazing? Why can't you reset and start over again? Why stop saying why me and start saying why not me? So don't be the one to wallow in that pity, feel sorry for yourself. Think about, why am I going through this right now? What's the lesson I can learn? I can learn to be I can learn endurance. I can learn patience. I can learn to be strong. I can learn to be my own friend. There's a lot of things in our seasons of our life that we can learn. Okay? Thank you so much, First Lady. I really appreciate you. Have a safe drive. I'm about to get off here in about 3 minutes. Um, and I wanted to say to every single one of you that you're victorious. Mhm. You're victorious. And I celebrate you. And I'm proud of you. Okay? I'm proud of you. And 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 I'm proud of you in the replay. And I'm proud of you, the ones that are in the background. I sure am. I'm proud of you always. I'm proud of you, First Lady. I'm proud of you, Metro. And Jenny. I'm proud of who else is in the chat. Always that girl. I'm proud of you, Tasha T. And Design with Emma. I'm proud of every single person. Um, Maybe if you're just in the background listening, don't give up. Don't stop. Work on your healing journey. And I know that there's some things that I didn't talk about on this live because I don't want to bring down the vibes here, but some of us have really gone through some things, or they're really going through it. But you know what? You can endure. You can continue to be patient. You can put on a positive attitude. As long as you're doing the best that you can, celebrate yourself. You know, one thing I always say, I woke up. If all I have is I can see, I can walk, I can talk, I can take care of myself, I can open up my mouth and I can speak positivity. I can speak blessings. I can speak motivation. I can tell people to be encouraged and to not give up, to fight, to set boundaries. Then I feel like I'm doing my life's work. Hmm. And I feel so good in doing that. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm still here. You guys just don't even know. Sometimes it just overwhelms me. And like I always say, you never know what somebody is going through. You never know. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. And I appreciate you guys for hanging with me through the 1700. Just like you guys are enduring, just like you guys have your own battles, I have battles too. Even though I smile and I give motivation, I have battles. I have trials, but I don't give up. I don't give up. If I need to cry, I'm going to cry. If I need to scream, I'm going to scream. If I need to call my mentor or my friends, I'm going to do that. So these tears are not because I'm sad. These tears are tears of deliverance, that I have been delivered. I cry because I'm still here. I'm living on borrowed time. You guys don't even understand. There's so many times where I wasn't supposed to survive what I went through, but I have. And you guys are surviving. And now we're going to turn from surviving to thriving. Okay? I love you guys so much. Keep your head up. Be positive. Love yourself. And be blessed, guys. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Enough of me crying. And I'm going to end with the channel song. Be encouraged. Love yourself. And what I say over here on Love Marlene 411, that it's a journey of healing. It's a journey of love. So love yourself. Keep going. Celebrate you. And be your best self.